Können wir anfangen. Gut. Also, Higurashi. Spielen wir das mal weiter. Ende Kapitel 2. Fangen wir mit dem dritten Kapitel an. Mal schauen, wie lange wir das lesen. Sieht gut aus. Wunderbar. The phone suddenly rang. I woke up in a hurry. The clock read 9 p.m. Damn it. I slept past the time I was supposed to report in. I picked up the receiver. Akazaka-sama, you have a call from an outside line. Shall I connect you? It's from a coworker named Kano-sama. I knew it. I didn't call in, so they had phoned me. Sorry, please put them through. Understood. I'll connect you, so please hang up the receiver for the time being. After I had put down the receiver for a few seconds, the phone began to ring again. Yes, hello. This is Akazaka. Akazaka-kun. This is Kanu. Good work out there. You didn't call in for your regular report, so we called instead. What's your situation? Leaving the lecture for later, my senior co-worker got straight to the point. Today I went to the village proper. Under the guise of a tourist, I managed to establish contact with the mayor and several other core members of the Defense Alliance. I wasn't able to ask them anything, but I left a good impression and was able to make a bridge for my investigation from tomorrow onwards. I see. It looks like things are going smoothly. Akazaka-kun, you seem rather naive sometimes, but that might have worked in your favor. I guess you made some good progress for now. I don't have the experience to make a comparison, so I don't know if it's that good or not. I think things went well for today, though. Did you find out anything from the prefectural or local offices? Does it look as though the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance is unrelated to this incident? I still didn't know. I should have been able to say that immediately. I only had to say that, but for some reason I hesitated. I'm still investigating, so I don't know what to say yet. I see. Could you let us know as soon as possible? I think you understand, but after tonight, it'll have been a full 4 days since the kidnapping happened. They didn't set a time limit, but it's obvious that time is not on our side. I think you know that. Yeah, I know. I'll investigate a little quicker, while still being careful about it. Sprechende Mango. Es war ja nicht mal eine sprechende Mango. Dieses Lalaloopsy-Zeug, diese Fernsehserie gibt's ja in Wirklichkeit. Und da gibt's tatsächlich einen Charakter, der heißt Mango. Soweit ich das mitbekommen habe. Und das ist der Charakter, der da, dieses komische Mädchen, das ich da in dem Video eingeblendet habe. Die heißt halt einfach nur Mango. Warum auch immer. Glaube ich. Ich kenne mich mit der Serie nicht aus, aber nach sehr, sehr kurzer Recherche war das mein Eindruck, dass das Mädchen Mango heißt. Warum auch immer. Ich meine, ist kein schlechter Name. Mango ist gut. Aber ja. Okay. Be sure to look after yourself. You're dealing with a violent organization here. It might be dangerous to let your guard down. If you feel that you're in any danger, contact me immediately. In that case, I can get the local public safety office prepared to help you. Thank you. I'll do my best. Anything else to report? I reported several bits of supplementary information. And at the very end, I decided to ask. How's the investigation going on your end? Everybody's doing their best here, but we're not making much progress. After all, the number of organizations we're investigating is vast. So, if you find out the one you're investigating is in the clear, we'll have you return to Tokyo to assist some of the other officers. The chief is saying to dig up with to dig up what you can on Onigafuchi, but I don't think a residential anti-dam protest group has any relation to the incident at hand. Sending somebody out just to investigate a single group makes me cringe, really. At this point, he was just complaining. He was telling me to stop taking time enjoying my trip, to finish up and get back quickly. I'll try and resolve this as soon as I can. Thanks, I'm counting on you. Well then, if there's nothing else, I'm hanging up. Okay, that's all I have. As we were ending our call, he scolded me thoroughly for being late with my regular report. After that, I hung up the phone and sprawled out on the bed. Come to think of it, I hadn't heard anything from Luigi. He was supposed to contact me about a time and place to meet with the informant tonight. I thought about getting angry with Luigi in retaliation for being scolded for forgetting my daily report. Come to think of it, though, Luigi didn't really say anything other than that he was going to call tonight. Waiting for a phone call when you didn't know what time it was going to come was in itself rather difficult.
Serie wurde bei uns ausgestrahlt. Echt? Dann war die entweder... Scheiß Nase.
Dann war die entweder vor oder nach meiner Zeit. Just when I thought that, the phone rang. I picked up the receiver in a hurry. Hello? Well, this is a surprise. Akazaka-san, you're pretty quick to answer the phone. Are you a regular user of dating chat lines or something? I would never even try something seedy like that. The way you overreact is rather interesting. When I go to a place where you can have a little bit of loot fun. I'll pass, so could you please get to the point, Oishi-san? Really? Too bad. We'll leave that for next time then. Well, I'll get to the point.
Nach deiner Zeit.
Okay. Dann ist die Serie relativ neu. Many of the executives in the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance had a lot of sway in the neighboring regions. Even in Okinomiya, there were a lot of people with relations in the village. That's why meeting in the Shishibone market district, far from Okinomiya, was a matter of course. Akazaki-san over here. Did you get a little lost? Coming from the north entrance might have been a bit of a detour, but it was easier to give directions from there. No, I'm sorry for being late. Did you eat dinner already? Yeah, I already did. Well then, shall we go to a place where we can get a drink? Do you prefer Western alcohol, or maybe sake? But you prefer a place with or without women? Don't worry about it, I don't drink while I'm on the job. Hearing that, the man that Uji had brought along bent backwards as he guffawed, clapping Uji on the shoulder. See? Isn't he just adorable? In exchange, can you give him a bit extra? That money all came from the guy's wallet, you know. The man that Uji had brought seemed almost like a ticket scalper or a bookie. Even his appearance was dubious. The informant grinned deviously. Hey boy, how much did you give this guy? It looks like their quite was a bit skimmed off the top, you know. Oishi's handling fee was included, as I took that into account. It seemed that the informant had expected a more extravagant reaction on my part. When I responded matter-of-factly, he realized that I was an entirely different type of person than he was. But rather than putting a distance between us, it seemed that I had piqued his interest. I said it, didn't I? He's a serious type. But do you see Akazaki-san? people in a line of work like ours can really use their wealth of experience to their advantage. I'm wondering exactly how the experience of drinking in a bar with women would work to my advantage. The informant, unable to contain himself, clutched at his stomach, and he guffawed, heedless of the people watching. Oh lordy, like son, you really can't judge people. That's what an education does for you. Uishi-san, you've been drinking somewhere, haven't you? Ach, das hat Uishi gesagt. Egal. Are you drunk? What's wrong with drinking when I'm off duty? Even if you're working, I'm not. Uishi, who was the sort that'd fool around to begin with, was in such a good mood I couldn't figure out a way to deal with him. Completely different than me, who had come worried about getting every bit of information I could. Uishi-san, after taking so much money, you were supposed to get me information worth at least as much. I thought this, but then realized that I was getting my information from the informant, so it didn't matter how drunk Uishi was. It was nothing I could complain about, but I still felt slightly riled up. Uishi and the informant, it was no doubt a fake name, but he introduced himself as Zato, led the way deeper and deeper into the back streets of the market district. Even though the market was bustling a couple of turns off the main street and we were in as desolate alleyway. Hat sich jemand vertippt? In a desolate alleyway. Uishi started climbing a set of stairs on the side of a seedy building. There wasn't any sort of signage, so I couldn't tell if the place was open or if it was even a store at all. Don't worry, this isn't a dubious place. Those words coming from Uishi's mouth had absolutely no credibility. Gehen bestimmt in Yandere-Café? Ist das das? Tsundere-Café. Tsundere-Café. Nicht andere. Manchmal verkacke ich die beiden Dinger. Hallo Not. Wenn ich weiß, was ein Tsundere-Café ist. Im Endeffekt sowas wie ein Maid-Café. Bloß die ganzen Bedienungen und so weiter sind richtig arschig zu dir. Richtig unhöflich und was weiß ich. Gibt's in Akihabara, in dem Anime-Distrikt von Tokio. Es gibt Tsundere-Cafés, ja. Zumindest eins, was ich mehr oder weniger kenne. Ja, da gehst du rein und ja, Moment. Tsundere-Café. Moment.
Oh, でも何しに来たの?
Sind sie in einem Tsundere-Café? Oder Matsumoto.
いや、注文いいですか？注文いいですかね？今
Gucken Sie sich komische Hentai-Figuren an. Wo ist denn das Reisomelett? Bam! Wunderbar. Ja. Kaffee. Vegeta. Ja, Vegeta-Kostüm. Das sind halt, also kurz zum Kontext von dem Video. Das sind so zwei bekannte japanische Comedians. Die haben halt so eine Show, wo sie sich mit anderen Leuten, anderen Comedians oder sonst irgendwie anderen Leuten treffen und halt einen Tag mit denen verbringen. Und die, mit denen sie sich treffen, die dürfen halt aussuchen, was die halt am dem Tag machen und so weiter. Und dann sind sie zuerst irgendwann am Tag halt in so einen komischen Cosplay-Laden reingegangen, haben für die anderen beiden Cosplays gekauft und dann irgendwann recht gegen Ende vom Tag sind sie dann in dieses komische Café reingegangen. Warum man da gerne reingeht oder so, keine Ahnung. Manche Leute mögen es halt. Bisschen schlecht behandelt zu werden oder so. Keine Ahnung. So, machen wir weiter. Beyond the door was thankfully a typical Mahjong parlor. Okay, doch kein Café. I was relieved that it wasn't the sort of suspicious place I had to be on my guard about. Welcome, welcome! Oh, Ishi-san, it's been a while. Want to join in? There'll be a free spot soon. No, I'm here with a group today, so it's fine. Oh, sorry to keep you waiting. Wer Zunderes mag. Ja. Ja. Mahjong is a game played with 4 people. It seems that a middle-aged man who was going to be our 4th had already arrived and was waiting for us. You're late, Koro. I was just thinking of going home. Oishi made an excuse for why he had taken so long. Eventually, realizing that I was a new face, the other man grew interested. That's Sakazaka-san. He's a rookie who came all the way from Tokyo on assignment. They have high hopes for him. Boy, can you play Mahjong? Or Mahjong? Well, I played a bit when I was still a student. Stowe and the old man cackled in unison. Their plot to sucker me out of my money was painfully obvious. I thought you'd be a bit tired from your assignment, leaving you on edge all the time. So I thought I'd give you a night to cleanse your spirit. Morpho. I know asking this now might be stupid, but we're betting money on this, aren't we? Gah! Ha, ha. Well, you see, just a little. It's just a little for funsies. But it doesn't matter who loses, because after this, we're using that money to go play at a very nice place. Go and play? At what kind of place would you be doing that? Without reservation, the 3 of them started suggesting places like cabarets, high-class clubs, and even brothels. At the very least, they were the type of places that you couldn't go to with money that was just for funsies. Oishi-san took all my money the other day, and I also have work to do, so I can't stay for long. Then all you have to do is win. If you win, then you can use that money to pay for this tale, and you can talk to Koro about work or whatever. No matter what happened, it seemed like they were intent on playing Mahjong for free. I would have to fasten my resolve a bit. If I was going to be underestimated like this forever, I was going to get in the way of my work. I oder is it? It was going to get. I understand, then I'll play with you guys for just a bit. If I win, you guys don't get any of the money or get to go to any of those dirty places and we talk about work right away. Gah ha ha ha. Yeah, bring it on. If I win, we're headed straight to the Blue Mermaid on Flower Road. Oh, that place where the girls dress up in gym clothes and maid uniforms. This old leech here likes the place too. Of course, we're going to hop between all the places where they keep the girls coming. Schlop, schlop, schlop. Mwahahaha. What about you, Zato-san? I'd prefer a place where we can drink quietly. Like a nice quiet place where you can play footsies with a bunny girl. Mwahahaha. Last time we went drinking, you pulled the tail right off that bunny girl, didn't you? Didn't you end up having to pay for that? The owner ended up charging what he called a tailoring fee. Wahahaha. What a lively table this was. I could tell the other customers were glaring at us while we loudly continued our crude conversation. Speaking of which, the fact that they assumed I was the same was a bit disheartening. Oishi had taken all the money I'd brought, so everything I had left was out of my own pocket. In addition, there wasn't that much left of that either. If I kept on hanging around him like this, through his goading, my wallet would disappear into the night. I had to somehow win and return the conversation to my job. But these people, no matter how you look at it, were pretty good. Sorry, Yuki. Sorry, Yuki. Nah, haha. Well then, I'll just call Richie here. Well, the old man and Zato-san probably won't fall for this silly Richie. Richie. I wonder if Akazaka-kun will spit out what I need. Mufufu. At any rate, Kurado-san's hand is probably holding something like that, huh? In that case, this one ought to go through there. Oh-ho, the old man's pretty good. He's quietly trying to use one of my safe tiles to complete his hand, isn't he? It seems that Akazaka-kun has at least learned the ropes when it comes to guarding against someone's Richie. Ich habe absolut keine Ahnung von den Regeln von diesem kompetitiven Mahjong. Blöd gesagt. Ich kenne das, keine Ahnung, westliche Mahjong, wo man halt zwei gleiche Steine sucht und die dann von einem Stapel wegtut und halt das Zeug. Aber dieses komische japanische Mahjong, wo man gegeneinander spielt, absolut keine Ahnung von dem Zeug. Recht kompliziert. Das glaube ich. Das glaube ich, ja. But that will be his downfall. Und außerdem, ich glaube, wir sind gerade im Kopf von Oishi. Also wir lesen es gerade jetzt im Moment aus der Sicht von Oishi. What's wrong, boy? Would you hurry up and discard? If you're not sure, anything that crowd was already thrown away should be safe, no? Oh, Akazaka-kun's really fretting over this one. It was glaringly obvious that he had a safe tile to discard, but he didn't want to throw it away because it would move him farther from completing his hand. They're so nice when they're young and innocent. Come on, hurry up and throw out the kicker. If he gave me the winning tile, we'd be headed to an establishment where I could do with all sorts of licking and sucking. What? If he gives the old man his winning tile, we'd be headed straight to the place where with mates in bloomers. This will go through, right? He looked up as he hesitantly threw out a tile that was... Oh, too bad. Hey now, that's a dangerous tile, you know. Kurado, does that go through? Yeah, it will. Mufufu. It seems this time you were lucky. But as long as the round kept going, I could still win off the draw. Mufufu. But after that, Akazaka-kun managed to luckily avoid throwing any bad tiles, and somehow the round managed to end without anybody completing a hand. 10 pi! 10 pi! No 10! Sato-san had keenly anticipated that 2 players were in Richi and had decided to play it safe. What a cool-headed way of playing. Now let's see, what kind of hand did Akazaka-kun have? When the round ends with nobody winning in Mahjong, anybody in 10 pi has to show their hand. But if you're not in 10 pi, you have no obligation to reveal it. Your average beginner would normally show their hand even if they weren't in 10 pi and start a commotion about how if this tile or that tile came, they would be in 10 pi. But he didn't. Being stingy? How do you do, boy? Come on and show me. Sato-san reached over to flip the hand that Akazaka-kun had casually placed face down. What the hell is this? He was nowhere near 10 pi. Was Akazaka-kun totally bad at this after all? Mufufu. Right then, as the old man compared the tiles from Akazaka-kun's hand to the discard pool, a puzzled expression crossed his face. Boy, you were in 10 pi right around here, weren't you? Why'd you break your hand? The higher Mansu tiles suddenly got more valuable, so he suppressed them. Even though with Uishi-san's Richi, the chance they were safe tiles had increased. It would have been in no trouble if he read the discards, but he went out of his way to keep them out of play. Oh, so Kurado's 10 pi was no good from the start, in other words? If it wasn't such a high-level trap, I would have thought that you were waiting for me to throw out the winning tile. But the more concerning thing is that you were in 10 pi and didn't say anything. When did you realize I was in 10 pi? Around here? You threw out 4 tiles in a row immediately. At first I thought you were just discarding redundant tiles, but I noticed you glancing over at me and realized you were waiting for something. Akazaka-kun, Akazaka-san, when did you first start playing Mahjong? Ja, genau. I never did, except in high school and university. Now let's continue. Since Sato-san wasn't in 10 pi and the round ended without a winner, then I'm next, right? The next dealer. Ich habe absolut keine Ahnung, wovon die reden. It seems like Akazaka-kun is really aware of how the game flows. We thought we were just going to eat him alive, but it looks like that isn't going to be so easy. Hey, Akazaka. Uishi-san, looks like you're going for the bamboo tiles. Should I put some in play? This boy. Kurado, don't back down. As long as I get 3 more good tiles. Sato-san, think you can do it? Damn it. I'll just force you to go for a cheap tan yao. Chi. A straight. Well, sorry, I'm going to pawn that tile. What? Könnte man eigentlich überspringen. Eigentlich, ja. Machen wir das auch. Ron, triplets, 2 red Dora and 3 more Dora. Ich hab Dora. Dora the Explorer. Gar nicht gewusst, dass die auch bei Mahjong dabei ist. Ja, überspringen wir das. Ich nehme an, wir alle kennen uns nicht wirklich mit der Art Mahjong aus. Außer wenn doch, ich wäre sehr bereit, dass es mir jemand mal erklärt. Noch mehr Anime. How blasé. The 2, 5 and 8 Mansus are laughing at you. What? Okay, ich nehme an, Akazaka ist ganz gut in dem Spiel. Ron, Simple Straights, Wondora. What? Head bump? What? Alles Wasser. Vielleicht versuche ich mal die Regeln zu lernen und mache einen kleinen Unterrichtsstream im kompetitiven Mahjong-Spielen. Run, triple straight, red Dora and another Dora. Bla 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 bla, immer noch Mahjong. Wohin sind die? Gehen jetzt aufs Klo. Hey Koro, this isn't what we discussed. Who the hell said he was a naive sucker ripe for the picking? Ah, no, haha, who could it be? Uishi-san, this is bad. If he keeps going like this, we're seriously going to lose. Kazaka-kun, for you to make me get serious. Looks like you really want to be milked dry. Pon! That sounds nice, one more time. Pon! What? Blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, fucking Gary. Fuck you. Blah 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 blah, my young. Crowd to do it. Crush him. I don't like to cheat against kids like this. Idiot. After being disrespected like this, we can't pull back now. But I'm not responsible for what happens, you know. Blah 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 blah. Richie. Mahjong. Wie lange spielen denn die Mahjong, Alter? Beziehungsweise wie lange kann man denn über ein Mahjong-Spiel schreiben? Vielleicht hätte ich ein bisschen mehr Interesse, wenn ich wüsste, was die da überhaupt machen. Achoo! Crash. What? Akasaka-kun suddenly sneezed, collapsing the wall of tiles in front of him. Hey, what do you do? What are you doing? Sorry, I accidentally knocked over the wall when I sneezed. There's a penalty for that, right? I'm the dealer, so 4,000 to everybody? Or is the penalty my point sticks? Ah ha 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 ha! Unable to hold back, I guffawed. Akasaka-kun, knowing he was going to be cornered a second time and unable to escape, he took the drastic measure of knocking over his own wall. Hallo Maximus. Hallo Broken Mind. Kombinationen. Lieber nicht. Gibt viele Kombinationen. Okay. You good boy. To get away from a full payout like that. Gahahaha. Uishi-san, could you not bother putting me in such an obvious trap? If we were at Baba, this would have been the point where I flipped the table. Oh, no, sorry. I underestimated you. For some reason, you're really good. Ugh, aren't you? Answer me honestly. You got a lot of experience when you were younger, didn't you? I played quite a bit around Waseda and Takadanobaba. The place I was accustomed to going to had pretty high rates, and they chewed me out. I made the women who would become my wife pretty angry, so I washed my hands off it all. Raised the stakes too high. How much were you playing for at the time? It depends on who I was playing with, but it was more expensive when I played in Kabukicho. Largest stakes I played with were about 20 times the standard rate. 20 times? What kind of stakes were those? Did you have Yakuza at your table? Or pro baseball players? What's this? Kuro, you buffoon! Where did you pull this professional from? I give up. Jeez. Boy, it's your win. I surrender. Thank you very much. It was an honor. Nah, ha ha ha. Oh my. Akazaki-san, your personality really changes when you play. Why do you even have a day job? You'd have no problem living as a freelancer. To be a pro mahjong player, you need both talent and luck. I didn't have anything like that supporting me. Luck is luck. With somebody of your skill, I'd think you'd be able to make it pretty far. Normal luck doesn't cut it. Calling a Khan and one time out of 3 you can aim to win on the extra draw with 4 Dora. That kind of luck. Wenn ich mal NES-Godzilla kritisiert habe, rotes zurückkritisieren. Fortsetzung von NES-Godzilla. Kann ich auf jeden Fall machen. Das ist kein Problem. Moment, schreibe ich mir mal auf. Schreibe ich mir mal auf meine Liste. Muss ich mir mal anschauen. Aber sollte die verfügbar sein, dann kann ich das auf jeden Fall machen. Akazaki-kun, if you can judge something like that, you're already bordering on the supernatural. So wie Dogscape. Was ist mit Dogscape? Dogscape ist gut. No, there's plenty of people who can do that without cheating or superpowers. There was a person I met in Shinjuku who would get Doras every time you blinked. He was as strong as a demon. There was a pro I played with in Yokohama who would draw the tile he needed immediately after calling Richi. Like it was an everyday thing. I don't have that kind of luck. What type of folks were those? They weren't named Ryu or Satoshi by any chance. Well then, is it alright if I'm declared the overall winner then? Yeah, we totally lost. Mufufu. I lost. It's been a while since I lost this big. Still, when you were playing boy, you were pretty into it. It was kind of scary. I hear that a lot. I don't mean to change gears like that though. Did I really look that scary? Yup. The 3 of us nodded empathetically in agreement. So that was Akazaki-kun, the mahjong prodigy. Before he goes home from his assignment, maybe I could have him go play at a high-stakes table in my place. But it's not good to get greedy. Nufu. Well, nothing for it. It was a promise. We'll break up our little late-night study group right now. Sorry about this, old man. That's it for tonight. Nothing you could do. I'm going home to sleep. My body won't last like this. Problems at work? Oh, he's the foreman of the primary construction site at the Hinamizawa Dam. Facebook-Post vor ein paar Tagen. Teil des Scherzes. Nee, der war ernst gemeint und echt. Ernst gemeint und echt. Moment, Dogscape. Da. Inzwischen habe ich Teil 5 und 6 oder halt 5 und 6 noch aufgenommen. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob ich glaube, ich hatte nur die ersten 4 Dinge drin, oder? Ne, die ersten 5. Ja, die ersten 5 hatte ich im Screenshot. So, mit Teil 6. Inzwischen ist es 4 Stunden 41 Minuten. Ja. Also es war auch kein Zufall, dass ich ungefähr 8 Stunden das Video für heute gemacht habe. Soll ja realistisch sein. Und wenn ich bin... Ich weiß gar nicht, wo bin ich denn überhaupt? Moment. Mal schnell die Übersetzung aufmachen. Wo bin ich denn? Welche Seite? Okay, als nächstes müsste ich Eintrag 11 machen. Also ich bin 10,5 Seiten von 16. Mit 10,5 von 16 Seiten bin ich gerade fertig. Oder sagen wir mal von 15 und einer Viertelseite. Also 8 Stunden könnte gehen, eventuell geht's auch 7 Stunden und noch ein paar Minuten oder sowas. Aber ja, die wird auf jeden Fall sehr lange gehen. Weil ich da wirklich... Ja... Da kommt auf jeden Fall einiges zusammen. Besonders halt, wenn man halt Dogscape an sich genauer anschaut. Wie die aufgebaut ist, wie die geschrieben ist, was da überhaupt geschrieben ist. Und so weiter. Und was das eventuell für einen weiteren Zweck innerhalb der Geschichte hat und halt später hat und so weiter. Daher, ich werd das Video selbst wahrscheinlich einerseits Creepypasta-Kritik und Analyse nennen. Weil ich an sich da auch sehr, sehr viel analysiere in dem Ding. Was ich ja bei den bisherigen Dingern nicht wirklich gemacht habe. Da habe ich hauptsächlich wirklich nur kritisiert. Aber da hier jetzt bei Dogscape selbst analysiere ich auch sehr, sehr viel. Ich freue mich, ich bin sehr gespannt, wie die Kritik, also die richtige Kritik, die dann, ich weiß gar nicht, vielleicht kommt sie nächste Woche schon raus, vielleicht brauche ich noch ein bisschen und kommt übernächste Woche. Aber ja, ich bin mal sehr gespannt, wie die ankommt und ja. So, machen wir da hier noch schnell fertig. Ich glaube, da kommt nicht mehr so viel für die erste Hälfte vom 3. Kapitel. Oh, he's the foreman of the primary construction site at the Hinamizawa Dam. He's butting heads with the residents every day. It's a rough business. Around next year I might be in charge of the second site as well. I heard that Kurora-san was pissing blood. He won't hold out much longer. You'll be alright, old man. Your skull is thicker than it looks. No fu. I'm not exactly a saint, you know. There's times that just make my blood boil. I especially can't stand dealing with that bratty daughter of Sonozaki's. I think one of these days I'm going to rearrange her face. Now. At least the pay is good, right? I heard the wages were pretty exorbitant. Of course they are. If the pay was cheap, nobody would hang around that god-awful job. Hey Kurado, exactly when are the police going to tell all the villagers to shove off? There'll be a notice of eviction from the government, right? Maybe. I wonder what will happen. The old man, who identified himself as the foreman of the Hinamizawa Dam, spewed a few complaints until he felt better about it, then left quietly. Well then, let's go. I leave the rest to Sato-san. Which-san, are you going home? If I'm here, I'll just be in the way, won't I? Besides, the one who bought Sato-san's service was you. I didn't pay for my share. Which-san was kind of sketchy, but he was strangely conscientious about some things. I felt quite a bit of a gap between myself and Oichi's generation from that part of him I didn't comprehend. Then boy, no, I can't call Mr. Mahjong here boy no more. Is Akazaka-kun alright with you? Yes. Then Akazaka-kun, shall we go? Well then Akazaka-san, later. If you're having any trouble, you can count on me anytime. I don't have any more money to pay you, you know that. I can just give back a little of what I lost tonight. Nahahaha. Oichi, seemingly still not having had its fill of playing around, but without overstaying his welcome, disappeared into the night. Okay. Gut. Gut. Ein bisschen was übersprungen, aber das, was wir übersprungen haben. Fillermäßig. Nix Wichtiges. Im Endeffekt einfach nur, wie sie Mahjong gespielt haben. Aber ja, die erste Hälfte von dem Kapitel haben wir. Nächste Hälfte machen wir nächste Woche.